As you might be able to guess from this video's title, I don't have good news. We lost Nugget yesterday, or rather we had to let her go. This is what happened yesterday. So what happened was I talked to the vet on Friday, just because it was before the weekend and we wanted to check back in and see what we could still do. We had not really changed, but added some new medications on Tuesday evening for Nugget, and I felt like the stronger pain medication wasn't really doing anything, so maybe the other pain medication was enough. But Nugget appeared to be a tiny bit better, so she, like, Thursday evening was the first time she was actually begging for food with all of the other guinea pigs and was just at the plexiglass, you know, just like, you know Nugget, just like Nugget is. And she didn't eat that much in the evening, so when I finally gave them their food, Nugget was really happy, and she ate a little bit of lettuce, a little bit of cucumber, but she only took like 2 or 3 small bites and then stopped. But then she started nibbling on a carrot, and I took that as a really good sign because Nugget does not like, or she never liked carrots that much. So I took that as maybe things were looking up, maybe like the stomach medication that she was getting, maybe it was helping her. But we talked to the vet on Friday. In the morning, we noticed that like there was a tiny bit of blood in her, or actually more than a tiny amount of blood in her pee. We weren't really sure whether it was blood because she also had eaten a ton of raspberries the day before, and also I mixed some critical care with some like berry baby food. So I figured this could have also just stained the pee because it had the exact same dark red color as the berries. Obviously, we were hoping it was the berries. I had talked to the vet, and she said we should come by that day because she wanted to do some checkups with Nugget anyway. So the idea was to first of all do an ultrasound, look for a tumor or any kind of abnormalities in her bladder, and then extract some urine directly from her bladder and send that to the lab, and then see whether the type of UTI she has is actually resistant to the antibiotic that we were giving. In that case, we could have changed antibiotics and Nugget would have probably be fine. The vet did the ultrasound for like a second maybe, and within that second she was just like, oh no. And there was a tumor in Nugget's bladder the size of Texas, basically. We took a picture of the ultrasound. I can show it to you. I'm not really good at reading them. I'm just telling you what I remember the vet saying. Basically, the entire picture is a picture of Nugget's bladder, so you don't see any other organs in that picture. The black spot that you see, that is her pee that is collecting in the bladder, and then the entire white mass that you see above her bladder is a tumor. Just almost the entire bladder was filled. Also, part of the tumor was blocking the exit, so for the pee, so that was the reason for the UTI. Only a tiny little bit of urine was able to come out of Nugget because the tumor was blocking almost everything, and that's why all of the pee just collected inside herself, and that led to an infection, because obviously if your body cannot get rid of basically your waste, that's just not good. So that's why the first antibiotics seem to be doing its job, and Nugget seemed to be doing better because first of all, the vet emptied her bladder, so it was really empty, which was probably why Nugget was feeling better. And then also the antibiotic was able to clear the UTI, but it just came back after a couple of days because all of that pee just collected in her body. That is what happened. The vet described it as kind of like, I'm thinking of the American sports version for this metaphor, but basically like you could think of a volleyball inside of a basketball, if the volleyball is smaller than the basketball, just a ball that is barely smaller, stuck inside another wall. That was the situation with her tumor and her bladder. The vet said even if Nugget were only 2 years old, she would not be able to do a surgery because like the tumor was that big that opening the bladder and taking the tumor out would not be possible even with a younger guinea pig, because she wouldn't be able to close the bladder properly. She would need to cut like that much of the bladder open that she wouldn't be able to close it properly. There wasn't really a chance of like emptying her bladder manually every time and like by that curing the UTI, because Nugget was honestly not doing well. The tumor just took its toll the entire last week. Nugget was just not herself. She was unable to eat her beloved pea flakes. She was just very sad. She was only sitting in a corner. So honestly, knowing that now, I wish we could have let her go last week, because this week was really not good for Nugget. So with that information in mind, I feel really sorry that we weren't able to let her go last week. But obviously you don't want to let your guinea pigs go based on a gut feeling, you know? But also I felt like the first time we went to the vets, the guinea pigs like were really surprised that we just take Nugget away, and Wilby was very much like, Nugget, where are you going? And he was standing at the gate just really confused. And then they all were very happy to get her back. And then the second vet visit, they were also just really relieved to get Nugget back and just cuddling her and welcoming her. And then like the last couple of days, I just felt like the herd was saying goodbye. I can't really pinpoint it to anything really, just the gut feeling that suddenly like Fitz and Lumi and Wilby were just taking turns cuddling Nugget and just... I mean, Lulu was just out there stealing Nugget's food, so that was just normal Lulu behavior, but the others were, I feel like they were saying goodbye. And then when we took Nugget out of the cage, for the first time ever, Nugget wanted to not get in her carrier, but wanted to get back in her cage. And then the other guinea pigs didn't even bat an eye when we took Nugget out, and they don't seem confused that she's not coming back. So I felt like the herd had already said their goodbyes, and they knew like a couple of days ago that this was going to happen. Yesterday evening, when I was really sad, Fitz just let me take her out of the cage. I know I'm talking about you, Fitz. Fitz just, you know that Fitz is not really the tamest guinea pig. And she just let me take her out of the cage and have her on my lap and just feed her some pea flakes. So I don't know. I feel like they knew what was up. I had hoped for a different ending, obviously. Having a sad, sick guinea pig for like 1 or 2 weeks just shortly before they leave is just really... It's just really sad. I wish for a better ending for them. Not only that they live longer, but also that they don't have to experience like being that sad. And yeah, Nugget was not in pain probably because she really got a strong pain medication. But, you know, just she was still sad and she was still not her usual self. At least she got to eat like 5 or 6 or 7 more pea flakes during that time, which I think made her really happy. But yeah, Lulu's already starting the chasing. Well, this is going to be it for today's video. I hope you have a better weekend than we do. See you guys next time. Bye! Oh, 3 cute little guinea pig snouts in one picture. Number 4.